We begin session 5 after combat. Kahir wanted to get proof of killing Kinslayer Zaina because there was probably a bounty for her because she killed so many lastful knights. He played around with the idea of getting her detached head, but Falgrim convinced him that the sight was enough. Frydek wanted to talk to Kinslayer Zaina's soul to see if she was redeemable or not, but she was not. She was truly irredeemable. Kahir saw that Pyra was still unconscious after the fight, not from her wounds but from something else. Kahir shook her while Falgrim used magic to splash water on her. That really woke her up. When Pyra awoke, we asked her what happened and why she acted so strangely. She said she didn't remember anything about the previous fight, and she looked very distraught about it. So we decided it was best to go back to camp. With his new ability, Continual Recovery, Falgrim healed everyone at camp. We then questioned Pyra on her incident and why she couldn't remember the fight. Pyra mentioned something about Atreya, the god of fire, who is sent to destroy corruption. She said she wasn't the best person to explain what happened, and that someone else would explain it in the morning. Kahir decided it'd be best to take turns taking watch, so he decided to talk to Frydek. They talked about their past in the Chimera Cove. Kahir reflected that Ruta, previously known as Aurora, the captain of the guard, helped defeat Kinslayer Zaina during their fight, and Kahir realized he killed Zaina in the same way he killed the captain. We can assume that everyone overheard this at camp. So, the captain of the guard was the leader of the cultists in Chimera Cove. He was trying to take it over, and Kahir and Frydek, and the help of others, were able to stop him. Frydek used his powers to bring the captain back to life as Ruta. Kahir confessed to Frydek his messy past. After Lastwell fell, Kahir didn't know what to do, where to go with his newfound powers. So he found a group called the Gravediggers, run by a man called the Squiz. The Squiz deliberately sent the adventurers on hard missions, telling them to find the obelisk shards to save the world. Everyone he adventured with died, and he was the sole survivor of that wicked group. Kahir uncovered that the obelisk shards were just all a lie. The Squiz made it up so the adventurers would push past their limits. When he left, the Squiz called him a coward. Hearing Kahir's story, Frydek decided to open up to Kahir about his own backstory. Frydek studied to be a doctor to help people, especially as the undead menace was spreading. He experimented with void magic. When word got out what he did, he was cast out of his city, forced to move from place to place. Before ending the watch, Kahir reflected on his future at Rosser's Coffer. His goddess Serenade teaches to forgive, but can he find it in his heart to forgive the Boneheart, the villain that chased his family away from him? Or Malik, the general that was responsible for destroying Rosser's Coffer? Only time will tell. As the new day started, Pyra woke Falgrim up with a kick. Pyra looked very different than usual. Her black hair was replaced with a fiery blonde. Even her face looked different. The entity started shuffling cards and asked Falgrim if he trusted the others. Falgrim hesitated for a moment, but said yes, saying he doesn't know the rest of the group as well as Pyra. Pyra told Falgrim to get the rest of the group, or else she'll burn the camp to the ground. Doing as the spirit said, Falgrim got the others. The entity revealed itself as Sakament. He talked to Pyra as if she was just a mere vessel. He told us Atreya sent it to protect Pyra. As this was going on, the spirit was shuffling cards as if for poker. However, the conversation didn't last long, and Pyra's hair turned back to its normal black, and she regained consciousness. Pyra revealed that Sakament saved her when she was in dire need. In the past, Pyra fell into gambling debt, so much so that she was kidnapped. In that moment, Sakament saved her life. We had one cultist that survived the previous combat. Falgrim and Kahir tried interrogating him using good cop and bad cop technique. Or maybe more like the bad cop and even worse cop technique. The cultist was very stubborn, saying that he didn't care what happened to him because he believed he would be raised as a more powerful being. Kahir, having enough of this cultist's stubborn attitude, lit up his flame sword and said, "You know where this sword can go? Right up your ass!" The cultist was scared, even peeing himself. Still, that wasn't enough for the cultist to give up any details about Rossler's tomb. Friday cast Lullaby of Woe, a spell that created images in the cultist's mind, showing him how his afterlife would really look like. The cultist seemed on the verge of leaving the cult, but his soul was taking damage from some sort of void magic. Because we found out whoever tries to leave the cult dies. Ruta was able to stop this from happening by sucking the void energy up. The cultist, not seeing any other way of escaping the cult, decided to let Friday turn him into one of his saplings. The cultist turned into a plant cocoon in a rather disgusting image, making Kahir feel sick to his stomach. The ground beneath them turned into Ruta Gravelons. Fralgrim cast the spell Thermal Remedy, granting us 5 temp HP. So we felt ready to head to Rosser's tomb, where we discovered it was abandoned and desecrated. After a bit of exploring, we opened the door and found a zombie goblin. Falgrim and Gormar attacked the goblin, but Kahir, with a natural 20, landed the killing blow on the goblin. It released acid and black smoke, causing Gormar to vomit in a holy water basin. With his luck, Gormar Bonecrusher found a magic item, an Aeon Stone, pearly white spindle. It can heal up to 1 HP every minute. It also grants resistance to 1 void damage. We reminded ourselves we still have other magic items we should identify. We went downstairs in the church, Kahir leading the way. He opened the door to a big room. In that room, we saw 2 enemies. They looked like cultists. We ended our session right at the start of combat.